Hi, this is Miss Wright, and this is part two of my conversation about the nurse. And here I just wanted to take a really brief moment to talk about Marxist criticism and the nurse in Romeo and Juliet. Okay, so I found this definition online. Here is the website if you want to check it for yourself. I liked it because this part of the article gave us bullet points that we could just quickly look at. So the Marxist critic simply is a careful reader or viewer who keeps in mind issues of power and money and any of the following kinds of questions. What role does class play in the work? What is the author's analysis of class relations? How do characters overcome oppression? In what ways does the work serve as propaganda for the status quo, or does it try to undermine the status quo? What does the work say about oppression, or are social conflicts ignored or blamed elsewhere? Does the work propose some form of utopian vision as a solution to the problems encountered in the work? Now, all of those may apply to a particular work of literature. Maybe just one applies. So um, I'm just going to take you through very quickly some ideas about the nurse um, as it applies to the Marxist lens. So, first of all, if we're talking about class, she is definitely a lower class individual because she is in this subservient position as a nurse in this household. Um, Marx might have referred to her as the proletariat. Um, she is a woman who has to work for a living. Uh, and even though she's going to spend years and years and years with this family, and it often seems like maybe she's integrated into the family, there definitely are times when her position as a servant is clearly defined. Okay? But she's emotionally attached to her charge. Her charge is Juliet. Um, and even though early in the play we see that there's some emotional ties between Juliet and the nurse, as the play progresses, the nurse's role becomes very defined, and we really need to look at that in terms of what is she allowed to do, what is she not allowed to do, how much power does she actually have in this family, how much power does she actually have over Juliet. She seems to be treated quite well in the household. As a lower class female, she does have to deal with issues of class and gender, so keep your eyes open for them. Look at her encounter with Mercutio in Act 2, how he treats her. Mercutio is of the upper class, and how he treats this woman who is significantly older than he is, but because she is of a lower class, he can get away with treating her in a less than respectful manner. Shakespeare uses it towards for comic effect, but it is still there in the text. And the final thing that I had to say is watch what happens to her when she comes in conflict with the upper classes, especially her employer in Act 4. Both Lord Capulet and Juliet are the power brokers. They define the boundaries of their relationship with the nurse, and she has no power to contradict either one of them. Okay? All right. So here I have our final take on the nurse. I I want you to just keep it in mind as you are thinking, because I'm sure by the time we get to the end of this unit, you're going to have to think about this book from a specific point of view in terms of maybe feminist lens, Marxist lens, psychological lens, and be able to uh, speak or write at length from one or more of those perspectives. Okay, that was 5 minutes and I'm done. So have a great evening. Bye-bye.